Hey everybody, it's Mayor John Huffman. Welcome to this week's Minute with the Mayor, and I am back here at Town Hall talking to you guys about a really important time of the year, and that's the start of our fiscal year here at the city. Now, we start our fiscal year on October 1st every year, so I wanted to take a minute in this week's Minute with the Mayor and talk to you guys about some of the highlights of the budget that we just passed. The city's budget is our financial plan for the coming years and beyond, but it's so much more. We put resources to programs and to services and to projects, and that's really how we implement our city strategy and build a great community. So joining me today to talk a little bit more about the budget is my good friend and the Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Southlake, Councilmember Chad Patton. Welcome, sir. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Mayor.
Absolutely, dude. Thanks for being here. So, Chad, you're a financial professional. What do you see when you dig into this budget? What are some of the things you like and some of the things that you really feel we should highlight for the citizens?
Oh, John, I'm glad you asked. You know, as a financial professional, I have to say I'm really proud of this year's approved budget. You know, there are a handful of key initiatives that I really like to dive into when we're considering approving the budget for the fiscal year, and I think there's a number of key components here that we've hit right on.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've been on council for 5 years. You've seen a lot of budgets. What stands out about this one to you?
Well, I think what stands out most is we're able to provide additional property tax relief this year. And so, you know, as I review the previous years, this is literally the 5th year in a row that we've been able to reduce property taxes for our taxpayers, as well as be able to maximize our homestead exemption. When you look at this chart, you can see how committed council has been to tax relief over the years, and we've committed that theme so far this year. So the tax bill for an average valued home has remained pretty constant for the past decade, even as we've grown and added services.
Right, so that's critically important because this budget reduces taxes but not services.
I think that's the real benefit to this approved tax budget this year, is that we're able to reduce the property taxes without having any negative impact on the services that we receive from our world-class fire and police departments, as well as our other community services that we offer. On top of that, we've been able to do this by reducing our overall property tax debt and overall debt service obligations. For a local government, debt should not be considered a terrible thing, especially when it's managed wisely, and we've done just that. When you think about the steps council has taken to reduce tax-supported debt, it's pretty extraordinary.
Now, obviously, we can't talk about everything in the budget, but is there anything else you want to point out?
Yeah, there are a few other things I think are important to note. First, I would say that this budget really makes sure that we maximize all of our existing reserves and all of our funds. So all of our funds are well capitalized. I would also suggest that we still remain an employer of choice. You know, in this environment today, it's difficult to keep quality personnel, and I think we're able to do that inside this budget. Absolutely. And finally, I think we're able to maintain the proper support around our infrastructure, right? I mean, there's obviously deferred capital expenses that occur, and we're able to make sure that all of our infrastructure here in Southlake looks fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and at the end of the day, this is all about multi-year financial planning, just like you do in your business, you know, we do here in the city.
That's right. It's critical that we always have an eye towards the future. And so what we've done here in this budget this year is we've been able to look forward and identify future expenses and ensure that we have the capital necessary to cover those expenses.
Yeah, that's so right. And if there's any other information you guys want out of the budget, you know, you can always dig into it on the city's website, cityofsouthlake.com. There's so much good stuff here. We want to make sure that we are being transparent about your finances, about the finances that we manage for you as fiduciaries. It's really, really important to Chad and I and the rest of council, and we will continue to bring you all the details we can. So thanks for joining us. Appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you next week.